Inside 45 days to the 2025 Kentucky Derby, let's get an update, take a look at the latest news. We're going to start off with Barnes, trained by Bob Baffert, second in the San Felipe. We'll take a look back at that race. Disruptor, he's going to the Florida Derby for trainer Todd Pletcher. Grandy also pointing to the Wood Memorial for trainer Todd Pletcher. Her Laugh going to get another chance to pick up a stakes victory, get some more Kentucky Oaks points. She's running this weekend in the Fairgrounds Oaks. And Final Gambit, one of the runners, Turfway race, and we'll take a look at Final Gambit's exhilarating maiden win, the Big Gray winning last time out for Juddmonte Farms. Starting off with Barnes, of course, highly regarded coming into the 2025 Kentucky Derby season. He broke his maiden last year at Churchill Downs. He was second in the San Felipe. He got a 105 Beyer speed figure because the winner of that race, Journalism, got the highest Beyer speed figure of the year, co-highest Beyer, a 108 in winning the San Felipe. Now let's go back to the San Vicente. This was the first race of the year for Barnes. It was a stakes race going 7 furlongs. What I like here, he's up here going head-to-head with McKenzie. He's on the bridle. He's really stretching out and going for the lead. So I do think he has a need-to-lead tendency. And of course, he led early in the San Felipe. And Barnes, that was his second lifetime race. Now let's watch the gallop out of the San Felipe. Of course, Journalism winning the race. Barnes, a solid gallop out. Does he really want a 1.25 miles? Probably not going to be his best distance. I think races like the Haskell, Jim Dandy, 9 furlong races, maybe later on in the season this summer, he could be a 10 furlong horse, but Barnes ran through the wire. Now Disruptor, electrifying maiden win last time out. He's going to run in the Florida Derby. He's ran both of his career races at Gulfstream Park, trained by Todd Pletcher, and Disruptor could be part of the early pace in the Florida Derby. He's going to be ridden by Irad Ortiz on the Florida Derby card, part of a big day of racing at Gulfstream Park. Now the other Todd Pletcher runner, he had a recent allowance win at Gulfstream Park. Let's go back to his maiden win. This was a good victory. They gave him a little bit of time off after this race. It'll be his first ship out of Gulfstream. He's 2 for 2 at Gulfstream Park. Remember, the Aqueduct race surface definitely plays a little bit slower and more stamina. But the nice thing is Grande got a 1 1/8 mile allowance race in after that 1 mile race. He did not race as a 2-year-old for Grande. Now, O&L Mighty, the word has come out. Of course, he is going to be going to the Kentucky Derby. That's the plan. They're going to run him in the Bluegrass Stakes as his next prep. They said to get a horse ready for 10 furlongs. Trainer Brian Lynch wanted to give him another start, really build up that conditioning. Jose Ortiz is going to be the new rider in the Bluegrass Stakes, replacing Irad Ortiz, who rode him in the Tampa Bay Derby. So O&L Mighty to the Bluegrass Stakes, then possibility to the Kentucky Derby based on how he does. Now River Thames, this is another Todd Pletcher runner, and he ran second in the Fountain of Youth to Sovereignty. He led deep stretch, got kind of lost at the wire. That was only his 3rd lifetime race. River Thames, possibility of still improving. I think he'll like that short bluegrass stretch. He was second in the Fountain of Youth and now going to go to Keeneland. Sandman, news on the Sand Monster. He is going to be pointing to the Arkansas Derby. He worked out 5 furlongs on Wednesday. Of course, Sandman going to get a new jockey for the Arkansas Derby. That's going to be Jose Ortiz. Jose Ortiz picking up some mounts here for the Kentucky Derby possibilities. O&L Mighty and now Sandman. Of course, Sandman's going to run April 5th in the Arkansas Derby. And other news, Cole Battle looks like he is going to be joining that Arkansas Derby field. Lonnie Briley reporting that he's 99% certain going to go to the Arkansas Derby. There was talk of training up to the Kentucky Derby, but that would have been a 10-week layoff, and nobody's ever won the Kentucky Derby off that long of a layoff, so probably a good decision. Of course, Cole Battle also 2 for 2 at Oaklawn Park. He's got a versatile running style. He's got speed figures that are right there in the mix with some of these other horses, and Cole Battle will be one of the favorites in the Arkansas Derby. Now, the Louisiana Derby going to be this Saturday. A 10-horse field has been drawn. Of course, John Hancock is the morning line favorite. Vasimo, Built, and Yinzer. Other horses going to get support. We'll see what Instant Replay can do. He is trained by Brad Cox, who is also running out of options for the Kentucky Derby. Now, the Louisiana Oaks is going to be on Saturday. Part of a big card at Fairgrounds. A 9-horse field has been drawn. Girl Mass ships in from Turfway Park. You've got Ahava, who broke her maiden first time out. She's going to stretch out. We've got the Pride of Delta Downs, Secret Faith, a Louisiana bred. But her laugh, she broke slow at Tampa Bay. But let's go back to her big win at the Fairgrounds. She is capable of coming back here in the Fairgrounds Oaks. She broke slow the last time. I think she's going to be more forwardly placed in this matchup against Good Cheer on Saturday in the Fairgrounds Oaks. Now, the Jeff Ruby Stakes also going to be part of a Turfway card on Saturday. Calling Card from New York, his big win, getting further away now. Charlie's to Blame, going to try the Synthetic California Burrito with back-to-back wins. You've got Final Gambit. I wanted to show his race. You know, he had an electrifying maiden win the last time out. He's by Judmont Farms. You'll recognize the silks, but here he is in the gray. He's way on the outside. Look at him motor up ground late. Really starts flying with about 200 yards to go. Passes them all down the lane. And Flying Gambit, you know, that synthetic surface, if you get some pace, it can favor closers. And Flying Gambit does seem the type that does to be improving here for the Jeff Ruby Stakes. Of course, the morning line favorite is Poster, who won the Remsen Stakes last year as a 2-year-old. Now, the Bluegrass horses starting to line up. That's going to be on April 5th. We've got East Avenue. He was the beaten favorite in the Risen Star. Burnham Square, the beaten favorite in the Fountain of Youth. You've got Praetor possibility. Chancer McPatrick for Chad Brown. He was second in the Tampa Bay Derby. Owen Almighty, River Thames, and Dwayne Lucas not ruling out the options. American Promise, the Virginia Derby winner, he may be going to the Bluegrass Stakes. So that race, a grade 1, definitely could be coming up very strong for that 100 points prep. Now, the Wood Memorial at Aqueduct, that field's starting to get a little bit of juice as well. We've got Shug McGahee, of course, easy goer trainer. He's going to bring in Statesman, who's won back-to-back races at Tampa Bay. Hill Road, Chad Brown trade runner. Garamond for Judgment Farms. And then you've got Grande for Todd Pletcher, 2 for 2. Captain Cook for trainer Dutrow. He won the Wither Stakes at 1 1/8 miles. And then Sand Devil, I thought he ran a good race in the Gotham, stretching out to 1 1/8 miles for trainer Linda Rice. And he's had 3 races in New York. He still seems to be improving for Sand Devil. So the other fields starting to line up. Citizen Bull going to the Santa Anita Derby. Barnes considering the Santa Anita Derby or the Arkansas Derby. And Journalism also going to the Santa Anita Derby. We've got the Florida Derby and the Arkansas Derby previews. That'll be up next week. Then the week after, we've got the Wood Memorial, the Bluegrass, and the Santa Anita Derby, all on April 5th. Triple Crown Prospectus, I write about the 3-year-olds every week. Every Monday it comes out morning of January, the first Monday in January, all the way through the Belmont Stakes. 2,000 words. We talk about the Oaks fillies, running styles, trip notes, and more. Rankings every week. If you want to sign up, look for it in the description below. And it still goes through the Belmont Stakes. What do you think of Disruptor? And what about American Promise going to the Bluegrass? Share, like, and subscribe. Remember, smash that like button. That gets more viewers. Support the channel. And remember, Dwayne Lucas always says, people have opinions. Horses have the facts.